G'day mate and welcome back to Factorio with me, GD. This episode we're going to do all the important things. First off, we're going to get some storage boxes done. Very, very important things. We need steel boxes. We need steel for steel boxes, funnily enough. Now I feel bad. Seems like a more efficient use of space. You're going to make steel boxes. To go with our steel boxes, we need passive provider boxes. We need requester boxes. We need buffer chests, and we need storage chests. So we're going to get all of these up and running, which is really easy, thank gosh. Nope. You can go there and there. You can go there and there. With, hang on, where are gears going to come through? Gears are going to come through there, so you can have one there, one there. We can use our copy and paste of our existing, have output there, output there, output there, output there, and output there. And then power. Lots and lots of power ports. With another robot port, it seems, because we've reached the edge of our range. Okay. So we've got steel chests, we've got passive providers. That's 250. We're only going to want 50 of those. 100 of those. 50 of those is overkill. I need to put in that underground, of course. So, 50 buffer chests, 50 storage chests. Probably, say 100 requesters and 100 storage and 250 steel chests. That seems like a reasonably good number to start us off. Now the only one I haven't got automated is the active providers, because honestly you don't need them. Active providers are very, very dangerous in the base. And honestly, the only time I use them is if I'm coming back to base, I just want to clear my inventory. I'll craft one. I will dump all the crap in it so the robots have to empty that chest. So they'll just take everything and just make it go away. The other thing I want to do, because we now have a massive surplus of iron, is I want to get blue stuff up and running. So the other thing we can do is we can start. I can request some buffer chests. Do I want to? I think we're going to leave it with storage chests actually. So you're going to be changed to blue. You're going to be changed to blue, and you're going to be changed to blue. They just need a lube feed in, so we need to find out where I left the lube pipe. Underground? Can I see an underground? There's an underground. And lube's down here somewhere. Right there, actually. For the moment, I'm just going to plug into the side of this one. I don't know where lube's going to end up eventually, because I highly doubt I'm going to have a tank of lube out this way. I'm more likely to have... more likely to move the lube to some other place. So for the moment, we're just going to hook this up straight off the chemical plant and request some stack inserters. And we're going to get stack inserters down and start these guys off. I also want to increase that guy to about 2,000. And this guy also 2,000. Probably help if you were looking for the right item in the box. Otherwise, it's probably going to end up going very bad for us. That's even worse. That's entirely the wrong item. Splitters and undergrounds. You need a feed in for circuits. And then we need a bunch of stack inserters. Like a lot. No. You can get away with one. You should be able to get away with one. You, on the other hand, need 80. You need a lot. So, the other thing I want to do is we want to run max rate calculator, and so you use 25 iron. Hang on, how much does one use? 5. So if I extend this out one longer, we now know that that's a absolute full belt of iron to each one of these machines, each one of these rows. So we've gone from 4 lanes of iron immediately down to 2 lanes of iron from this point forth. I'm also going to take the opportunity to go green circuit build. Now we have everything basically automated to double it. Okay, so green circuit build's up and running. I'm going to do blue circuits next. Not for any particular reason. Technically, I should probably be worrying about robots, because that's much higher on the list of things to do. But I really want blue circuits running for some reason. So you take... Okay, first off, you take better assemblers. So you take green circuits, which I'm going to do on the outside, with red circuits on the inside, and then the output in the middle. So let's take the output, and we'll hook this into the bus. Wrong tile. Again, I'm going to put one of these so it can go both directions. I don't know if we need it at the make everything. There's very, very few things that need blue circuits. But I'm going to pop it there in case we decide we want to add something to the make everything that actually requires blue circuits. Move that along to there. Get a 4 lane and just drag this up to the end. Okay. So it does mean we need to have red circuits here and here. So already changed what I just put down. Go away, robots. Okay, that's red circuits. Can I? No. Okay, upgrade planet U. Bring that down, bring that down, bring that down, put that there, that there. Put you in the one side, you in the other. Now it's blue belt. I can get the extra distance I needed. Hook that in there, and hook that in there. Okay, then we need green circuits, which is going to require a metric tons worth. Bright priority. Wrong button. Bring that one in there. Oops, that one, that one, that one. Okay. Power from the main bus. Done. Okay. Copy this. Paste, paste, paste. Copy it again. paste it again. Nope, Control Z. Overlap and paste. And I'm going to bring it down as far as this ammo belt, because I just don't want to have the hassle of going through the ammo belt again. We have an acid build that doesn't actually have acid on it, because it doesn't have that iron copper belt that we desperately need for it. Which I'd like to take down beside plastic, but that's getting tight. So let's take it down. Actually got iron and copper right there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this belt and I'm going to bring it down, not there, but close to there. As you see, this is already not on, and it's just eating all the green circuits on the belt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat and take off my ammo production, some copper and some iron, which is a no-no. It should come straight off the main bus, but it's fine. I'm going to bring that down on this side. Bring it over to the ammo belt. No, it will have this one underground and hook into there. And the reason I bring down a combined belt is right somewhere near. It's not always on, but somewhere very oops. Somewhere near your acid production, you end up having batteries, which need iron and copper. So if you bring down a combined belt early that does both iron and copper, you can take the iron off to do sulfuric acid, and you have plenty left over to then move on and do battery production. Yep, that belt's full. Okay, so let's do batteries. Acids there. Let's just do batteries right here. I have no idea where the robot grid starts and stops, because I obviously don't have these things on me. So I am relying on the main base robots to come build them. Can I please have roboports? Very much appreciated. And I'll make that other train I needed. You are going to do batteries, sir. With some slow inserters. Some slow inserters on that side. Pipe. So, this belt will have our iron and our copper, which are the two main ingredients in a Duracell battery. If you get that joke, you've been playing Factorio for far too long, but that's fine, I approve. Okay. We can hook that onto there, that into there. We can then take this. That into there. Bring that up. Pipe there. Powers on the outside, the inside, and the outside. Okay. We're making progress. Because I need something I can blueprint. Once I can blueprint things, we can just paste away happily, and the base can take care of stuff. Probably a little bit extreme on the battery production, but you know, it's always been fine having too much of stuff. That's probably an important pipe. Okay, then I need to run pipes to here. So first off, let's find a nice long section of pipe that I can copy. And then we can paste that in till we get to, no, still a little bit further. It's roughly close to where we want to be. Right there. Delete that. Put in a normal bit of pipe there. This has robot range. Yep, this whole side of the base has robot range. So the robots can take care of that. We've now got batteries, which let's bring... Actually, let's bring that one tile past the acid. Oh, damn, missed the power poles. And that's got an underground on it. Try again, Judy. Okay. Power pole. Okay. Try again, Judy. Literally, try again. Paste. 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 And paste. Okay. Battery production. Bring belts up to here. Run the belt that way. If I run up on the belt, maybe there's a better chance that there's no trees in the way. Nope. Oh, we did alright, I think. Okay, batteries up further. And it looks like we have one belt free, which I know I said I'd reserve for like a second row of red circuits. It's just not going to happen. Let's underground you. And underground you. And we'll put that there. And I'll run this belt this way, just in case we need it at the bus. You never know. No, at the bus, at the make everything. So, that's our second belt. We now should have a belt full of batteries. It's making it there slowly. We're just going to copy that and paste it in like so. That shouldn't got any tiles that we're missing. Acid is now definitely running for blue circuits. And unfortunately, we've built up against our wall already. Yeah, I thought I'd do good. No, I'd claim all this territory. Turns out it wasn't even close to being enough to start with. Okay, what can we squeeze into this small little bit of area? Batteries, green circuits, steel. Batteries, steel, green circuits. Let's do even one better. And let's make lasers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's probably enough. Yeah, you're not. Oh, hang on. You take like 20 seconds to craft here. That's fine. So we're going to bring input, 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 output, input, input, and input. We're going to bring. No. We're going to bring that belt down from the top. We're also going to bring this belt down. Actually, that didn't need to go that far. That's for our output. Okay. Think, JD, think. Okay, so that should be fine. And then we can go underground there. Underground there, I think. No, that one's in our way. Okay. So, we're going to move you guys back a tile so you can underground. So that can pop in there. A nice combined belt. Green circuits and steel. If I add in some power poles. That one there, that one there, that one there. I should then be able to do one of those into one of those. Outside robot range. Oh, that's an easy fix. Okay, we're going to cap you to 100. What went wrong? There'd be no green circuits left. That's what went wrong. Okay. How much of a belt are we using on copper? We are using 45. We're using more than a belt's worth already. 30 comes to here. And as far as iron goes, what's that? That's a nothing. That's a jetty you missed. That's 30. So this is the problem we're going to have with this base already. We're using 2 lanes of iron to turn in the gears, and we've just worked out we're using 2 lanes of 2 lanes of iron for green circuits as well. The base just doesn't have that amount of material. Okay, we want you to input priority right. And the very same thing's going to happen with copper. We don't possibly have the throughput that we're asking for out of this base already. Down, across, down. There to there to there. To all the way down here. Input priority, your other right. Yep. And then how many green circuits are we actually making per minute? We're making, we're using 60 iron, so of course we're making 60 green circuits. It's just not enough. We could look at a separate smelter to do off-site smelting. And start producing. There's no gears because they all feed onto the first belt, not the second belt. Yeah, we can start looking at off-site smelting and actually just make green circuits somewhere like this would be perfect, where we've got iron and copper close to one another. That's even better. Just make a green circuit build here and just ship green circuits into the base. That'd be a really good option because we're eating all of them. The other thing we do is we can just wait for things to back up. Like this is asking for 45, so technically a blue belt's worth of green circuits. But I do have an ace up our sleeve. So what we're going to do is we're going to request some of those that we brought with us, like all of them, on their way. 204. There's still, so we got 300 with us. And they came from Magic Storage Box. So I'm going to start with the 2 things. I'm going to start with gears. Gears are going to be a really big one. I also need to set up some. I do have recycling. Okay. I have some recycling first. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to do gears. So, you guys now only use 24 of a belt. So we've gone from 2 full belts down to half a belt. Our production has also gone way down because the machines are much slower. But that's perfectly fine because if we double it, come on, robots, put down everything. They're all built at least. Went up to 48, which is still not a full belt's worth. Oh, our power just bottomed out. Really hard. Really, really, really hard. Okay. Start handcrafting these. We don't have the boilers. I don't have stone furnaces. Because I never bothered with stone furnaces. We sort of skipped that whole phase of the game. That belt, full of stone. How many do I need? I need 30. 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. So we can still use max rate calculator and work this stuff out. So it's 48. How is that? Just for quick cuts. Okay, they're all running 72. That's too much. We want 30 on each side of the belt. 28. All except the last two is 32. That's 30. So I don't want the last 3 on either side. You lot can go. You can go. Okay. Still got a massive power problem, but you know, one thing at a time. Yeah, that's not significant at all. Okay, pipe. Okay, I've got 30 of those. That's 5, 10. Sure, make 100 and something gears. Stand on this belt. Eat this belt. Put those in there. Yeah, there's now no gears left. It probably has something to do with our power completely crashing. Okay, in storage, can I please have just like all the wood, please? Take that off auto trash. So random bits of coal, more random bits of coal. Okay. I want 2 of those. I want all that. Gimme. Thank you. My copper. That's fine. We get this built partially. What would it be a JD series without a power crisis of some sort? Okay, that's that side hooked up. There is no way I have 2 bits of straight pipe on me. Okay, so that's that hooked up, that's that hooked up. We can dump wood in every one of these to hopefully get power re-established, even if it is just briefly. We have a solid fuel build down here that's doing a whole lot of nothing. Yeah, that's going the right way. How much did you output again? You output a full red belt's worth. Good to know. Okay. Yep, we'll bring that up there, that up there. Move that power pole over a tile. This is plain simple belt, so I should be able to take it up here without too much problem. It's going to really bother me later when I get to beacons, etc. But that's a later JD problem. Again. Put one of them on there. Oh, I can't craft any more yet. Yeah, I thought I went too far. There to there. Right, let's investigate some more iron. Shall we? And some copper. That copper smelter looks horrible. Yeah, there's not enough power to get things cranking. All of that. And all of that. Pipe machine has no pipes. Gear belt has gears at least. No, we still need just 5. Really? It seems far too easy. Oh, helped if JD lined up the belts. Okay, 50 megawatts. Really? I put that much stress on the system with just prod mods? Wow. Solid fuel. More solid fuel, please. I'd like to hand feed all these guys. Why are you not running? The water? We have no water. Was it one tile too much? Oh, that'd be frustrating. Okay, how does power look now? It looks like we're recovered. Just. So, we're now using the same amount of iron for a lot more gears. Oh, half the... Oh, the coal will get there eventually. At least now we're actually pulling coal through all this crap. Clearing out some of the iron. Anyway. So. Yeah, we're pulling way less iron for a lot more gears. In fact, I actually got too many. I didn't look at this number. So we need to cut off about a third. I need 30 output. Let's go with 4 from the end. 28. 30. You guys, in my pocket. Okay. So, we're now using going from 2 full belts to less, well, a belt and a half now worth of iron in for a full red belt of gears out. Now, unfortunately, this first side of the make almost everything is going to basically keep chewing a full belt's worth until it caps out on blue belt, which will be a while, and then things will run smoother. But yeah, we've exchanged a lot of power, like a lot of power, probably twice the power usage. Our old peak was 36 megawatts. We're now at 57. So we've sort of doubled our power usage, but we've got back half a lane of iron. And as we don't have fuel in half our smelters, that's probably a really good thing at the moment. We're also now going to use a lot of light oil to make solid fuel to run our power, which is a separate problem. We need to start looking at probably solar in the future. But we should also have maybe possibly 12 lasers. That's a start. The next thing I should really look at prod moduling is, just because they choose so many, is the blue circuits. Again, more power usage. But the right hand side uses 18 for 1.2. The right hand side uses 45 for 2.2. So again, one hell of a difference in overall input and output. And all we've done is thrown in the prod mods to get us a little bit more back. We could do the same with our green circuit builds after we get beacons, after we start making beacons, which we haven't done yet, and until we fix some sort of alternate, more infinite power source. There's probably not a point. We could go over and get some uranium, put down some nuclear power. That's probably not a bad idea. But they're all ideas for future episodes. So I'm going to leave it here. Again, episode way too long, but we got a heat done. We had a power crisis, and they're sort of important, have to be dealt with there and then on the spot. And with that, I'm going to see you guys in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. See you then. Bye.